Hi, Jerry Foster here. Listen, since you last saw me in Stand Out and Captivate, I've rebranded myself. I wanted to give myself a sportier look. So I got some new glasses. I stopped coloring my hair. I got the salt and pepper hairstyle going on that's so popular today. I even spruced up my background. Check out my orchids. You like? Now, as you guys know, I'm a huge evangelist of branding. I know the importance of it, and hopefully you've really been digging into Stand Out and Captivate and get just how critical branding is for the growth and success of any business. And so now I'm happy to share with you some complimentary how-to short videos that I call Better Branding for Bigger Sales. Now, in this first video to kick off my series, I want you to please think about something, and that is, what kind of brand will it take for you to turn on your target audience? I mean, light their fire. Specifically, I want you to think about what kind of brand should that be to turn people on so much they just want to buy your stuff. They want to work with you. They want to do whatever it is that you want them to do. And not only that, my question to you is, how fast can you do that? Now, as some of you may also know, I started my brand development and training company full-time in 1985. Yes, over 30 plus years ago. And I've made branding my life's work. I live and breathe branding. I love all things about branding. It's the only thing I've done my entire adult life. And I'm very proud to say that in the past 30 plus years, I've helped over 100,000, yes, 100,000 small businesses from over 600 different industries with their branding. Now, here's the thing. 99% of those companies were in service-based industries. Folks like yourself who offer some kind of skill, some kind of talent, ability, services of any kind of magnitude. But the main thing is what? You're not offering a product. Because there's a huge difference between branding products versus branding services. And if you don't understand the nuances of what's required today, because things have changed when it comes to branding expertise, again, any kind of skill, talent, ability, or expertise give to the world like you offer, then your branding is not going to be able to do what you need it to do. And one of the most important things that I've learned, in fact, I would say it's one of the biggest things that I've learned when it comes to branding any kind of expertise, is to brand what your clients want from you. I'll say it again, brand what your clients want from you, which means you've got to know what drives them, what motivates them, what's going to put them into a buying mode. Said another way, you've got to know how to turn them on, which means that it probably has more to do with things that are not on your radar, because in most cases, when it comes to branding expertise, them wanting to be turned on by you has little to nothing to do with your prices or your marketing offer or the fact that you're simply going to do great work. Now, let's back up for a moment, because I'm purposely using the words to turn on to make a point. And that is, the idea of turning someone on means to arouse, okay? If you're in any kind of service-based business where you want people to work with you, hire you, whatever your goals may be, you have got to arouse them. And by definition, the word arouse means to do what? It means to get people to do what you want them to do. Perhaps you want them to become interested in something, or perhaps you want to achieve something. And since we're all grown-ups here, let's talk about sex. When we talk about arousal and sex, it's about being able to stimulate someone to feel sexually attracted or sexually excited. I mean, let's be real here. Now, think about all of this, because here you are and you're looking for clients. You want your brand to do what you need it to do. And so you have got to be able to stimulate someone to action, which is really what lies at the heart of arousal and you being able to turn someone on. You must master the art of stimulation. Now, let's dive and drill deeper on this, because as a service-based entrepreneur, we all know that we're in business to get people to take the action we want them to take. It could be you're asking someone to download something, join something, order something. There are many call to action options. Wouldn't you agree? Now, the bottom line, though, is that within the context of getting people to take the action that you want them to take, from buy now to click here, who knows, there are major benefits for you knowing the best ways to make sure your brand turns people on so that indeed you can get what it is that you're looking for from your brand. The folks that you want to onboard. Are you hearing me? Look, here is my hope for you from just this first video, and that is to make sure that your brand turns people on. It's that simple, which means you starting with the basic idea that you must embrace, and that is to say something and be something different, something that nobody else is being, something that nobody else is saying, that your ideal client will care about. Now, there's different ways of turning people on. Just a few off the top of my head would be to create an emotional experience. What people are buying from you is the experience of working with you. So if you can create an emotional experience for your ideal client by letting them know that the experience of working with you will be delightful, it will be meaningful, that is something that is going to turn people on. Now, what this means is that you must look beyond your own delight. You've got to get past your way of being and how you've been showing up, so that you can be someone you've never been before, so that you can have some things show up in your life that you ain't had before. Are you with me? Myopia is not an option when it comes to you wanting to 10x your business with a brand that is leap years beyond something that you ever imagined. Now, the thing about that is it opens up another option here, another idea within the context of you shifting into a higher gear, and that is to have a strong focus. Because great brands have what's called a strong focus, and that focus could be on producing a certain kind of outcome, solving certain types of problems, producing certain types of results that may appear miraculous, making people feel a certain way. There's all types of ways to position your brand so that you have a very strong and magnetic focus to the people that you wish to serve. Now, what I want you to please to start thinking about within that context, with the understanding that there's different options here in terms of how to focus and so on and so forth, is to agree on the idea that you can also look at how you can provide an experience and an outcome and certain results that your ideal clients are looking for that far exceed their expectations, so that they see that the value they're receiving from you is far beyond what they have ever experienced before. So that your ideal client sees that you offer the best value and it's something they can only get from you. Now, we'll talk more about this in the future, but let me assure you, if you simply anchor your brand around the idea of what I just shared, this will take you further and farther down the line, faster than you ever imagined. I assure you, and I promise that will happen for you. So that concludes video number 1 in my Better Branding for Bigger Sales series, and I hope you got some value from it. And by the way, if you want some guidance on how to navigate your way through all of this, then I invite you to click the link below and have a complimentary 1-hour brainstorming session with me by Zoom, okay? Complimentary. And I'll give you some ideas, some pointers, some guidance. And here's the thing about that 1-hour session. Number 1, it's an hour. That by itself is pretty rare these days. Number 2, like I said, it is complimentary and it is private. And number 3, I'm not going to try to sell you something. That's not my style. I don't do that. I'm a giver and not a taker. So I'll see you in the next video. And more importantly, I hope to meet you in a Zoom room. Take care.